I want to give you the first alert about a warm-up coming this weekend, which is good news. In the upper levels of the atmosphere, we can see that warmer air is going to start to move in for the weekend. When the thing we're really looking for in the upper levels of the atmosphere is where's that dividing line between cold air and warm air. And usually it's denoted by this dark green area. And it's not necessarily dark green, but the darker shade of green that extends through Minneapolis, southern Michigan, all the way down through West Virginia and Virginia. Midnight Saturday, that has started to shift to the north of Fort Wayne. The lighter the color on this map tells us that warmer air will start to be in place. So through the weekend into next week, that boundary between cold and warm has shifted a little bit further to the north of Fort Wayne, meaning we likely end up on the warm side of things through the weekend. What does that mean? Well, for today, we're about average. We're pretty much going to be on that boundary. The temperatures this afternoon will be in the low to mid 30s, about where we're supposed to be for this time of year. We've got some cold overnights ahead as well. Temperatures overnight will drop down into the teens and the low 20s. Then on Friday, we're in the low 40s. So this is about 7 or so degrees above normal for this time of year. Saturday morning, we're back below freezing. Saturday afternoon, we're back above freezing. 47 degrees is about 10 to 12 degrees warmer than normal for this time of year. So we've got a pretty warm Valentine's Day. Just keep in mind that with temperatures rising above normal or above freezing in the afternoon and then dropping to below freezing overnight, that's going to melt the snow. That liquid then gets onto the roads and then temperatures drop overnight and it could potentially refreeze. So the next couple of mornings, just use some caution while you're driving because you might encounter a few very isolated slick spots. I don't think it's going to be a huge concern, but it's just something to keep in mind. So here's a closer look at Valentine's Day. We're talking Friday and Saturday, the actual holiday that's celebrated. Mostly sunny during the afternoon on Friday, a high temperature in the low 40s. Friday evening looks good to go for your plans. Just obviously take a coat with you. Valentine's Day on Saturday, a mix of sun and clouds, looking pretty good. A high temperature in the low to mid 40s. So overall, the weekend coming up is looking pretty good. We do have a slight rain chance on Sunday, not expected to be super widespread. We're really watching next week on Wednesday and Thursday for our next best chance for widespread precipitation. And that precipitation is likely to be in the form of rain because we expect the warmer than average temperatures to continue into next week as well. So I can at least show you on Future Track what we're expecting for the weekend. I've jumped ahead to Friday afternoon. Plenty of sunshine, a few clouds, dry conditions for your Friday night. Saturday, clouds take over a little bit more in the late afternoon and the evening, but even still, it's dry then. We're not expecting rain showers to start in northeast Indiana and northwest Ohio until early on Sunday morning. And even still, you can see that most of the precipitation is expected to be to the south of Fort Wayne. So if you live in Huntington, Bluffton, Ossian, Decatur, Berne, Portland, maybe even Van Wert, Mercer County in Ohio, you've got a better chance for some light rain showers on Sunday morning than places like Fort Wayne, Auburn, Angola, and Paulding, maybe even Columbia City. But even still, this precipitation looks to move out of our area fairly quickly. It's mostly gone by about lunchtime or so, and then we're expecting dry conditions for your Sunday afternoon and into the evening. I mentioned, though, we've got the chance for some more precipitation next week and possibly even a few thunderstorms. First Alert meteorologist Michael Mornelli is going to tell you more about that coming up on the news at noon.